it is magical, isn't it? Well, look at the background. Uh, well, normally, if you look at the pattern of questions in mcat, which is the algebra without using any sort of calculator, uh, the first question comes. The second part of the first question is usually a quadratic equation solving. Like I'm going to copy the equation from 2017 question paper. Well, while I'm writing it, let me mention something. My videos are not that good. I just simply try to teach the skills. There are plentiful, excellent videos created by different teachers. They are so good. Most of the time, I'm quite impressed. Now, once you have this kind of equation, uh, remember these are equations with equal sign in between. So that makes it an equation. One part, the left-hand side of the equation, which is 2x squared minus 3x minus 9, is called expression. I hope I'm not making any silly mistake with the spelling. Okay, so the first thing we got to do, ask ourselves few questions. The question number one, is it an equation? So I'll have to solve it, right? The second question I'm going to ask, if I consider the expression 2x squared minus 3x, and if I try to factorize it, is there any common factor? Common factor for three terms. That's term 1, 2, 3. So I can see 2, well, goes into 2. 2 doesn't go into 3, and 9. So we do not have a situation. Yesterday we were talking about moderately difficult sort of equation solving. So that's not the case over here. So to factorize this, remember we introduced a cross kind of process. I don't know whether people call it a cross process, or I'm going to call it a cross process. Well, let's call it a cross process. Now to make 2x squared, that term, I can go 2x times x, and if I investigate that part, negative 9. Remember, this is negative 9. This is not 9. This is negative 9. On the number line, you've got to imagine where it's placed. Is it on the right-hand side of 0 or left-hand side of 0? We discussed all those things. We know something, negative 3, if I multiply that by a positive 3, that'll give you negative 9. So you got to be very, well, familiar, very comfortable and confident with multiplication, division of positive and negative numbers. Now if I multiply along this branch, that will give me 6x. And if I multiply along this line, this will give you a negative 3x. And if I add them together, does it give me negative 3x? The difficulty with this trial, it gives you positive 3x. 6x minus 3x will give you positive 3x, which is not going to work if you investigate, if you look at into this sign. So if I reverse the whole thing, if I kind of rearrange, reconfigure the whole thing, 2x stays as is. I do not change anything on the left hand side of that cross. On the right hand side of the cross, I put 3 at the top, negative 3 at the bottom. That gives me negative 6x, and that one would give me positive 3x. Now if I add them together, that'll give you negative 3x, which if I compare with this, well, it really works. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to combine all of these findings into the equation, the original equation. So I'm going to put 2 brackets because quadratic will have 2 brackets, 2 factors. Equation equals to 0. And now this is how we write the factor. 2x plus 3. 2x plus 3. 2x plus 3. And if you move along the bottom area of the cross, that gives you x minus 3. Right? Now, it's a kind of rote learning. If you reverse those signs, so one of the solution, we are solving, remember, will be x equals 3. That gives you x equals 3. And that one will give me x equals, take the opposite of positive 3, which is negative 3, over, I divide it by this number. And that's it. It's not hard at all. But the thing is that we need to practice. Then that's the reason I am sort of modeling the practice sessions to you. It's your turn with a little bit of online teaching and all kinds of things. Please, please, please do lots of practice from, if I could remember, see that textbook we have, that little thingy. I have done something, and okay, now I'm going to, yep, now I know. Okay, so Walker Maths, we are great fan of those. Okay, and I think it's around page 40, 41, 42, something like that. And tomorrow I'll see you online, and I'm going to have great chat with all of you or some of you. Please come to the online class, and we will talk about these sort of things more and more. I will stop there and upload the video now to the YouTube.